As you saw last week, I planted these trees and I was left with a bunch of dirt that I think I'm going to use for my planter, but it's full of stones and full of really big pieces of roots. So I was sitting at work today and had the genius idea of building a filter. I have this laying around and I have 2 pieces of wood. I'm going to make a rectangle out of the wood and put that on top, and then I can just chuck it on top of the wheelbarrow, shovel it in, and it should just keep all the stones on top there. Don't know if it's going to work, but I thought I'd give it a go. I mean, I have the stuff to do it, so I may as well do it. Right, so I'm kind of fighting against time here, but the idea is just to cut these both of these pieces of wood in half, and figure out from there. I need a pencil. I need my saw. I need clamps. 94 halved is 47. 47. Almost need like a second table. This will have to do. This little table thing is really good, but boy is it finicky. Sick. I think I'm gonna need a bigger table. There's definitely a better way of doing this than this, but plan is this. Like that, and those sort of like that on top, and then just somehow attach them together. I mean, in theory, it should work. Don't die on me! No! Ah! You can't make it up! I hate to say it, but I think we may have to commence this later. This is why you charge your batteries. This is why, when you finish with your drill, you should just put it on charge. No, I use my drill all the time, and I keep it charged. It never happens to me. Why? So this is what we're currently working with lighting-wise. I've got just the desk lamps outside. It's all straight, but I have a rectangle. Yeah. So my idea is I have a screw and a washer, and if I put the washer on said screw and I put it through one of these holes, it is slightly larger than the hole. So I'm thinking strength in numbers and just use a lot of these. I think these are quite weak. So if I do them on the second row, at least there's a second layer of defense. Let's call it. Nothing to it, but just get to it. Looks like it'll do the job. I'm gonna test this thing out. Let's see how it goes. I'm just gonna pour it in because I don't really feel like going to get a spade. Oh my god. I know this is so simple, guys. This is not really rocket science, this. Small things go through, big things don't. But I'm well chuffed with that. I think I'm gonna get another bucket. Look at that soil. Hey, granted, a few rocks go through, but that's not bad. Look at that. That is some fine ass soil. Right, so the new idea is that if I turn it this way, nothing can fall out. My only concern is these screws breaking off, because it's only a small piece that's actually holding it on. But I'm thinking strength in numbers. I have a lot of screws in there. Hopefully it's fine. Whoa. Oh, it's so much better already. I'm really go for it. Look at all that crap. I mean, yeah. Now I can just dump all this back in there. We are left with some lovely soil. Okay, so I just threw it out, but I found a rock in between here, so I'm thinking is a bit more screws. You can see stuff's just getting by. Update: I found some nails that I have, and I think they are small enough. They're quite long is the problem. I think they're small enough that if I can hammer them in and just bend the top bit over, I can get a whole load of these, covered, and there'll be less chance of stuff leaking through there, and it'll make it a bit stronger. So let's give that a go. That should work a treat. So that's my idea. Let's do that everywhere. A lot easier and quicker. Okay, so it's done. I just did the last bit off camera because there wasn't much to do. But you can see I've put nails throughout it. I hope they hold. I'm not entirely convinced, but I think there's enough stuff around the edge that if one of them breaks, it'll be fine. One thing I like to do with all my projects is I like to sign them with my initials and the year. Just as, I don't know, I've done it since I was a kid with everything I've done. And yeah, I think I initially got it from Casey Neistat, to be honest with you. And it just sort of stuck with me. I like the idea of marking my name on something I've done. And the year I did it, just so I can, have the memories on it, I guess. It sounds weird, but I quite like it. Well, that's it, folks, from me. I quite like the little project. I sort of had the idea while I was sitting at my desk at work today, and I thought I'd come home and just do it and shoot a little video and see how it goes. And I think it turned out pretty well. I'm quite proud of it. So, the usual stuff, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta.